Rise and shine, wild ones. It's Bernadette King. I am here with your Pick a Card Daily Tarot reading for Tuesday, September 22nd, 2020. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. That's a lot of twos, y'all. So you know what? Is it any wonder that the Temperance card was the card that wanted to show up today? The Temperance card in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot has an angel depicted on it. And in my deck, which is what I use to read, which is based on the Rider-Waite deck, but infuses all the deliciousness of the symbolism of the spirit totem power animals, is the Manta ray, which are often referred to as the angels of the sea. And lo and behold, we've got September the 22nd, an angel number 2020, another repeating number. If you start to add all of this up in numerology, it's just lots of repeating numbers. And anytime you see repeating numbers, we know angels are near. And angels can be, angels like we think of them, but I like to think of angels as animals because y'all know my shtick, my thing is all the spirit totem and power animals, the animal allies. They are, y'all, they're my everything. So there's a lot to unpack for today, so let's get started. Okay, so if you just take a look at the symbolism and meaning of the Rider-Waite card, the Temperance card, one of the things that always strikes me about this card is people tend to look at it as, like divine harmony and divine balance, and that's fine. Yes, a million yeses. But when you take a little deeper dive into it, if you take the look at the right side of the card where you see the field of irises, it's like the divine mind reaching out to humanity. And then on the left, there's an unobstructed gate that kind of gently slopes down a mountain range into a horizon, and it leads back into, so it goes from the divine to man back to the divine. And so rather than being balanced against one another, it merges the polar opposites. So rather than having a balance, which is two things balanced on each side, it brings them together, which basically transmutes it into one being. So instead of two separate beings that are balanced, we're now merged. And why is that important? Well, it's important because that means today, of all days, it's going to be really, really important that you don't just kind of like try to balance your own mind or your own needs or your own wants with, what you perceive or you think or you judge or you feel should be, but rather open that top chakra and allow the divine messages not just to flow through you, but to integrate into you. So that while you're getting those messages, while you're tapping into that divine mind, you're metamorphosizing. And that means that today might be a day where, let's say you think you knew somebody or you think you really had a grasp on a situation or knew the truth of something. It very well could be that you find out things are completely radically different, and that if you will allow it, it will give you a completely radically different way of seeing things like this person, this situation, this whatever in the future. It will change your mind because it metamorphosizes. It integrates you with whatever it is, and that's super important. Now, when angels show up, and we know that there's a divine forgiveness and compassion kind of thing afoot, then Tuesdays are really the perfect days for that, because Tuesdays are all about let's go, let's get it done, let's move, people. The planetary influence is Mars, which is a very, very aggressive energy, right? Not aggressive in a bad way. It can be aggressive in maybe not so great way, but it is aggressive. And the chakra that rules Tuesdays is the Sacral chakra. It's that orange spinning chakra that's all about, passion and creative ideas. And it's just a day to go, wow. But it's interesting because I think I might have put it back in the deck already. Sorry, guys. Yesterday, the Dolphin came out, and you'd think that on a Monday, the Manta ray would come out because it's more about flowing and gliding and just kind of doing your thing. And it would seem that would come out on a Monday because Mondays are all about the feels and just kind of being okay and relaxed with your emotions. But Dolphin came out, and you'd think Dolphin would come out on a Tuesday as high energy. Let's go, let's move, let's have a good time. But since they're flip-flopped, what that tells me is that this week is already starting off where opposites attract, where opposites are the thing. So as you go through this week, just be open to your like, what in this picture doesn't belong? Or what of these doesn't look like the other? Or maybe, hey, I didn't see this looks like that. Or hey, you know what? These kind of are polar opposites, but gosh, they blend really well together. Like, oh, say peanut butter and chocolate and marshmallow, right? Or, you know, a great wine or a great, I mentioned wine a lot already this week. I don't, maybe that's the sign of what I need to be doing this week. So when we get back to the Temperance card, remember it's kind of considered the Zen master of the major arcana. And so when you've got the rare opportunity to see things from a Zen perspective, again, it's going to give you the opportunity to see all sides of a story, to see all perspectives clearly. And even in the rush of your day, even in the go, 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 go of this Tuesday, you're not going to let anybody, you know, don't let anybody harsh your mellow, y'all. Just don't let it. Most of all, don't let yourself harsh your mellow, because really at the end of the day, you're the only one who can do that. Never, ever give anyone else that power over you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. So, you know, angels seem very etheric, and they're like, you know, so we have to be so reverent in their presence. Some of the greatest laughs I've had in my life are when angels have shown up, because that's their love language to me. They know if they can get me to laugh, everything's going to be okay. So whatever it takes to make you okay, look for that to come from the angels. Remember, numerologically, the numbers for today, 22, 2020, that adds up to, oh my gosh, just do the numerology math on that. And the repeating numbers, and then with the Manta ray and the Temperance card, so much angelic energy running around today. So however whatever love language you need, like you might get a surprise little gift. Somebody might say the words to you that you need to hear. Just be very open as you're rushing through your day. Don't blow so fast during your day that you don't recognize it when it happens, because it's a divine gift to you. Your angels are around you. So, all right. So you guys know that I, in my Arc Animal Tarot deck, I blend the animal teachings in with the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. And so what Manta Ray brings to the table today is, again, the water element. It's all about the emotions, which if you're going through today and you're trying to get things accomplished, it's hilarious, because Monday was the day that you were supposed to like chill out with your emotions, because they might be doing this and you might be getting seasick. Today is the day that you probably wouldn't be in your emotions. You'd be in go mode. You'd be in action mode. You'd be like the last action hero, right? That's fine. Act all you want. Do all you want. Get done all you want. But keep that door open to, how do I feel about this? Because intuitively speaking, when we see water on a Tuesday, that's the go day, we're like, we probably need to like just be really, really cognizant of if something punches us in the gut, if it doesn't feel right, or if it does feel right. If somebody says a word or moves a little paperweight or something and it's a frog, and you were thinking about frogs earlier in the day, and you're like, is that a sign? Am I feeling, how did it make you feel? Consider that as you make your choices and move throughout your day today. Now, also, you guys know that the Animal Kingdom, the Animal Allies, downloaded into me when I created the ARC, right? My award-winning tarot and animal oracle and tarot deck. They downloaded into me a new system of working with spirit, totem, and power animal energies and medicine. And I won't go into it in depth now, but below in the comments or the notes section, you'll find a link to that video that does go into it. It's really important, you guys, as you follow along on your mystical, magical path working with the animal allies, that you take into consideration. Hi, Hops. That's my puppy dog. She just went and got some water because mommy's talking too much. It's making her thirsty. So it can be really important to your work if you consider adopting the practice of treating spirit, totem, and power animal energy and medicine very differently. I do with my clients, and oh my gosh, in classes and with clients, the miracles, the readings, the accuracy, what people are achieving by like just tuning into this and developing this process within themselves. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. So if if Manta Ray has come to you today as a spirit, totem, and power animal, it is time for you to calm and center yourself. But that doesn't mean to stop moving. That means to keep moving ahead and keep those wings spread wide open so that you're covering a lot of territory at one time, but that it's very easy for you to do and you just kind of, roll with the punches. But that if you do have to take a jump out of water, if you guys have ever seen those amazing videos where thousands of mantas jump out of the water at the same time, it's just breathtaking. And so that also says that potentially, if your community, your workmates, your family, whoever you have around you, your tribe, your pack, your herd, your flock, your whatever, your pod, if they're jumping, you may want to jump too. Likewise, they may be below the surface and you may be like, check y'all, I got to go. And you bounce right up out of the surface. Don't be afraid to stand up alone. Don't be afraid to break, to breach that water alone, but just do it with grace and ease. Don't get all flustered about it. Now, Manta Ray is also for incurable romantics. It is, they don't have toxic relationships. They are also known as the birds of the sea. They, it's like, how do you say a manta ray? It's so romantic, but really it's just everything about them. It's kind of the full moon, their full moon shape. It's about how their couples swim together. If you've never seen a manta ray couple swim together, I mean, I always reference the dancing herons, the dancing birds that do these elaborate mating rituals. Watch a couple of manta rays in the water. It looks like the most amazing Bolshoi, New York City, whatever the best ballet companies ever have been, ever will be. That's what it looks like in the water. So if that's your totem animal, then I love you because you're a lover, not a fighter, and you are bringing romance to the world. Thank you so much. If you need to invoke Manta as your power animal, then it's really important that where you make it your business to leave toxic relationships. In the oceans, lots of little fish and all kinds of little critters will eat all the harmful toxic stuff off of the bigger fish, and they travel along with them to have the opportunity to do that. So if you're not surrounded by people who are helping you get rid of your toxicity and who are not adding to any toxicity or any trauma or any hurt or pain, good. Leave them behind if they're there, and don't allow them to be in your presence. Go where you're celebrated, you guys. Go where you're loved. That should always be the case. And when you work with, Manta on a spiritual level, especially as a power animal, it can be a really good animal if you're having a crisis of faith. And I'm shooting this video. I intuitively believe, I said this in yesterday's video, I intuitively believe that with all I call it the pandemic and everything, I think we're moving towards a better time. Something about this week feels like a very big shift to me, a very big shift to me. And so because of the last months, it might have really knocked you off your center, and you think from a spiritual perspective, God, how the hell could all of this have happened? What does it mean? What are we supposed to be looking at? What are the lessons to be learned here? How did we create this reality? Okay, and you'll get whatever answers that are right for you. But Manta Ray can really help you go deep, deep, deep into a spiritual journey that can help you see things from a new perspective. and it will be effortless. You know, people, I love the stuff I read online, right, about spiritual awakenings, that it's like, you know, the crack of thunder and the crack of lightning, and it's this craziness. And for some people it is. I know for me it was. But when I look back on it, it didn't have to be. Just where I was with my understanding of things at the time. But I've spoken to thousands of people whose spiritual journeys, their journey to awakening, has been a very benevolent, very calm, very easy, very manta ray like journey. And that is what I wish for you. I don't wish anybody the kind of spiritual awakening or spiritual awakenings that I've had. But I'm a Scorpio. I'm all about death and rebirth, right? Death, meh, we'll rebirth. Death, meh, we'll rebirth. So I hope that helps you on this Monday. I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I hope you get your copy of the Archanimal Tarot and Oracle deck so you can meet your animal allies and let them help you stand in your own power and energy. But what's the most important thing, everyone? To stay wild.